Hello everybody, my name is Dratnos, and in today's video we have, I think, the most choices across all my vaults that I've had in a while. Although this character actually didn't do very much at all. This character did 4 mythic bosses. Now it has killed Fire Axe, so could see anything in the vault. But there's not really much that would actually represent an upgrade for this guy at this point. A mythic signet brand would be good. You know, a mythic ring, I guess, could be good, although my rings are pretty good. Myth track gloves would be, I guess, the main piece of tier where I could now find an upgrade. Bracers as well. I don't actually have a socket lined up. I used my socket that I got last week on a myth track belt that I got. Let's see what we got here. Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good one. The myth track signet brand. That's one of very few like direct, large upgrades that I can get here. And that's nice as well, because, this item is pretty high demand, so even though it drops from the raid fairly often, like, there's a lot of people in the raid who want it. So, I'm pretty happy to pick one of those up out of the vault. Now it means I can also sneak other characters into Smolderon a bit sooner, perhaps, because I no longer need items from that boss, too, which will be good. So let's just pop that up to 489, and I'm actually kind of out of Aspect Crest on this guy, too. I need to actually get some of these so that I can make my, 486 ring socketed here. I guess this ring could also be upgraded into a 486 socketed, so still a little bit of work to do on this character, but pretty much done. Huge upgrade here on the Signet brand. I guess I'd like to start doing M+ vaults to get a Verzane's Gleaming Eye on the myth track, but man, that's so unlikely. What are the chances of that? Pretty close to 0, huh? Unless I get a lot of M+ rows, which I'd rather do the M+ on my other characters because they just need so much more stuff. And my DK. I don't think I'm going to push keys on that character this season. I think if I'm pushing keys this season, it'll be on DH probably, or Paladin maybe. Okay, so here's my Warrior. My Warrior, I think, may have done a heroic clear. It's certainly done a key. I think it may have done a heroic clear as well. Yeah, I think I got this Pips... I don't remember where I got this Pips badge from, actually. Yeah, character's looking pretty good. Could use an upgrade in the ring slot. I've got 4-piece, so, myth track. Myth track, anything would be good. A big shield would be nice. Myth track in the shield. Okay, I didn't do any raid, but I have got an upgrade on my cloak by a sizable amount there. Or I could move my pants onto the myth track, which is also pretty compelling. So it's more eye levels if I take the cloak upgrade, but pants are really high stat budget slot, so let's go with those. And, I'm sure I'll remember to catalyze and equip and put a Fierce Armor kit and stuff on them, and I won't find those in my bags next week at this time. Okay, let's move on to my Monk. My Monk definitely did a heroic clear. This character was in... I did one... we did one boss of Mythic, and then we gave up on Agira on, like, a really scuffed alt run. But I did do all the bosses of heroic on this character, I think. And I also did, I think, just 1 key. So, really hoping to get something out of the M+ slots here. I actually have my Emerald Mark of Mastery, ready to use. Because I did this heroic run yesterday, I just didn't use anything yet because I want to see what's in the vault before I make that kind of decision. So let's see if we can get something that'll be really good here. Oh, all right. A fist weapon, a Fire Axe Tainted Rage Heart, Ember Walkers, and Flame Walkers grips. Okay, so the weapon is compelling, but I actually think I want to take this Rage Heart. These things are hard to come by. This item is powerful. It's, I think, particularly good for Brewmaster, if I had to guess. I don't actually know this for sure, but this feels like the kind of effect that would be more valuable for Brewmasters than for a lot of other tanks. It's a lot of eye levels. It's going on this slot where my beacon used to be. And yeah, I've still got 4-piece ready to be catalyzed into and created with this Emerald Mark of Mastery, so didn't need to take those other things. The one-handed weapon was, is an interesting option, but I'm sure I'll find or craft good weapons over time, and that's going to be... Those are more replaceable than the Rage Heart, which is kind of hard to come by, right? Like, you drop those pretty rarely when you kill Fire Axe, and, other people roll on them. Other people roll on them a lot. I guess the tank one is pretty easy to roll on because a lot of people don't switch loot spec to tank, but still. Still seems pretty good. Okay, here's my paladin, which is in front of Dawn of the Infinite, so let's fix that. This character actually crafted a bunch of stuff, including this Idol of the Dreamer, which I don't know if this is good, but it was a big eye level upgrade for me. And it was like the only slot that I had left to craft into, unless I wanted to just do like ring socket crafts, which were maybe an option as well. But I don't know. I wanted to craft this, wanted to see what it was like, so I did. I've got enough sparks that I'll be able to make whatever I want down the future here. So I have at least done the raid, or I think I did raid bosses. I think I did mythic raid bosses. Yeah, I did do mythic raid bosses. All right, so we've got myth track pants, which I already have. We've got myth track gloves, which I don't already have. In fact, I have primal molten gauntlets right now. Or we have avoidance boots. So currently I have crafted boots as well with Shadowflame patch on them. This is an interesting choice, though. Avoidance is a nice stat. Although for Paladin, you know, it's definitely a nice stat even for Paladin tanks. Although it's not, you know, huge or anything like that. We're definitely not taking the pants. The gloves are also sort of interesting, because I could catalyze the gloves. If I catalyze the gloves, I could move around my tier. And I could put on... I could put on the haste pants. I could craft those. But I'm kind of a little ways away from being able to do that. So I think for now... Well, the thing is, either of these would represent moving around my crafted piece, right? Because, like, if I take these boots... I guess if I take these boots, I can move my crafted piece short term to just recraft my gauntlets with Shadowflame. And then... Yeah, whereas if I take these gloves... I guess I wouldn't have to move a craft around, but it would set me up to be able to catalyze and then move around to craft onto these pants. I think I should just take the avoidance, because that's... Like... Picking up some random avoidance somewhere is going to be something I don't know about. Like, that's just nice. If it weren't for... Like, if I was doing prog this week on this character, I'm pretty sure I'd get more out of these gloves. It's just more eye level upgrades. Although, I guess... I have enough aspect crest that I can make these 486 pretty easily, but I think I just want to take these gloves or these pants. Not the pants, not the gloves, not the pants. The other ones, the boots, just because they've got avoidance on them. I don't know. That seems interesting. It seems compelling. It is kind of annoying because I literally did craft these things last week, but you know, it is what it is. That's what you get for crafting. You immediately get something that makes you regret your craft in the vault, but I don't know. Avoidance it's just nice. I like it on most... Like, even tanks, a lot of tank damage is avoidanceable. Not all, of course, but some. Like, anytime the boss is doing a big frontal at you, often those are avoidance reduced, and they always hit you, so... I don't know. It depends on the situation, but it feels hard for that to be a long-term mistake, because, you know, adding some avoidance to my gear... I'm going to get everything I want in the end eventually anyways, but not necessarily going to get avoidance. All right, here is my Demon Hunter. Demon Hunter is looking for... I guess Loot Spec Havoc makes sense, because I already have a Myth Track Stone Scales. We'd love to see a trinket that's better than this Porcelain Crab. Failing that, just like high level tier. Lightning Whelk Axe. Okay. I already have Myth Track Cloak, I guess, so... Yeah, I'll just take the Myth Track Axe. That seems good. Those are good stats. It's not the one from the raid that I think is really good, right? The Counselor Dreams one, the Thorncaller Claw. Although this one looks like it maybe has less stats to make up for being a good on use. Yeah, it definitely does. Which is... I guess this might still be worse in AoE than just a bunch of stats. So I don't know. I suspect it's probably still better to wear that for keys, but you know, the Whelk Axe can't be that bad, right? This thing can't be that bad. What was the enchant that I had on that other one? I had Wafting Devotion on it. All right, let's move this into this slot. Go Wafting Devotion. Buy one of those. Let's throw that on the axe. Where'd it go? There it is. Found it. And then I can upgrade this to 486, I think, for free, maybe? Maybe not. No, I don't think I can. But I can I'll upgrade it to 489. That's gonna be worth the crest, I think, to put some eye levels into a main hand weapon. That seems like a good place to spend some aspect crest, even though I haven't done all my crafts yet. It feels like on most of my characters I'm saving my aspect crest for craft, but yeah, I like to send it on weapons. Those feel like a worthwhile place to spend crests. I will say that's feely crafting, not optimized, not like simmed or anything like that. I sim those things on my main during prog. I don't sim those things on my alts during farm. That's where there's a difference in philosophy where, you know, a lot of this we're kind of playing it by ear, see what happens, thinking through things and maybe making some mistakes, maybe discovering we have a 483 in our bags that we didn't realize, that sort of thing. That sort of thing does happen. Okay, so here's my druid. My druid does have 483 gloves that are waiting to go on. Let's see if we can get something cool here. Guardian loot spec. Yeah, it seems fine. I'd like a scale. I'm not going to get a scale, of course. That would be too lucky. But yeah, we did a heroic clear on this character. And okay, so there's Myth Track belt upgrade. There's an avoidance, right? There's an avoidance Witherbark's branch. I feel like this thing is good for cat. I'm not sure though. Let's see. We can pop open a. I guess we can just look at the top few cats on Raider.io and see what they're wearing. Bunch of different ways of inspecting this as well. A bunch of different sites where you can do this. But let's just see let's see if I'm right about this, at least for the high key cats. I like to just check the top 5 people's trinkets. So here is Ash's pips, Fire Axe pips, Pip's Sandglass, Porcelain Crab Sandglass, Ash the Embersoul, Stone Scale. Stone Scale, okay. That's cool. Although this is maybe somebody who's in bear spec. Yeah, okay, this is somebody who's been caught in bear spec. Okay, so not sure if this is something that I would actually want. I know that there's some specs that want this thing, but if this isn't one of them, I guess we could check some other sources as well. We've got the old UGG/WoW, not a sponsor of this video, but they have sponsored videos in the past. We can see if Feral Druids are using it there. Oh, Feral Druid down in the C tier on this site. That's a sad, so sad. What the changes they made to this spec have made it so much worse for M+. Even though I think they made a lot of sense logically. They kind of took out some overpowered stuff with how it functioned in AoE. Okay, so here we're actually seeing Witherbark's Branch being one of the most popular effects. We can look over the trinkets tab. Yeah, okay. It's actually, so despite the fact that none of the 5 top Feral Druids were using it, it is the most popular single trinket among the masses of, the top, I guess, few thousand people or something to play this spec. So I feel pretty comfortable taking one of those with avoidance then. Like, I'm not sure I'm going to play Feral on this thing. I'm not sure this is going to be all that good for bear either, but I don't know. Again, you get offered some kind of cool piece with avoidance. Like, yeah, I'd like to get 4-piece this week, which I could do with this helmet. But I'm sure I'll get a piece that I can catalyze into 4-piece. And I'm not sure I'll ever see a avoidance Witherbark's Branch again. So let's just take that. And it can't be that bad, right? It cannot be that bad. Actually, I think I have 4-piece right. Oh, no, this is not. This is in the same slot I already have tier. Yeah. Yeah, I need to get one more piece of tier. Or if I kill Heroic Fire I will get the Emerald Mark of Mastery on this character, because I've killed all the bosses except for Fire. This is the character I like swap off of to then get on my DK to try and get the legendary. Yeah, okay, how am I doing on score as well? 1913? Okay, so I could also time an Ataldazar or deplete an Ataldazar. If I deplete an Ataldazar, I think I also get sufficient score to get 4-piece. So a lot of different paths to 4-piece for this character. Hopefully I'll choose one of them, and then we'll have 4-piece on this thing for next week. All right, now we enter the Rat Parade part of the Vault video. This is my Hunter. My Hunter actually did 4 keys last week. Character was pretty undergeared at the start of it, but the heroic box that I opened after doing all of those keys gave me like 36 eye levels on my weapon, which was a pretty good outcome. Now, that being said, the thing I think I'd still most like to see out of this box would be like the time strike weapon for 483. That would be pretty good. Really gonna be happy with anything except for a necklace though. Anything but a necklace, and I'm celebrating here. Okay, we've got the chest piece, mythic tier chest, or bracers. I mean, it's an obvious chest piece, right? This is a bigger eye level upgrade. It's tier in a good slot, and it's just a good slot, right? I don't know if this makes 4-piece for me, or if I still have to wait. I think I do still have to wait on making 4-piece. Although I actually had 5-piece of the old set bonus, so now I'm playing 3-piece, 2-piece, which is fine. That'll work for now. And yeah, there's a lot of eye levels, a lot of value on that. Eye level on this character is jumping quite quickly now. I've just got to upgrade my flame-touched gear, and that's easy to do, right? Those will be crafted pieces, so maybe I can even... Oh, I actually have enough for an enchanted aspect crest as well, so I could bump one of those things up to 486. And then I could maybe go and get one of the enchanted worms crest. Maybe I could just go get 20 renown real quick, and then get the free enchanted worms crest from that. I guess when I say getting 20 renown real quick, though, that probably still entails a couple hours of playing in the Emerald Dream. Even if you have the full speed boost on your account, like, you still have to do the whole campaign and stuff. Which I don't know. I don't know if that's the vibe. I don't know if I've got the passion for that at this time. Here's my Warlock. I've been playing Affliction on this thing, and actually I'm having a decent amount of fun. The damage has been... I've been working on the damage. I got this ring in one of my most recent runs. And how am I doing on set bonus? Don't have set bonus yet. So we're looking for, yeah, chest, shoulders, helmet. Big weapon would be welcome as well. Instead, we're going to find bracers. All right. I mean, beggars can't be choosers, right? One vault openers can't be complainers. Well, actually they can, but I will elect not to use my complain on a relatively small, you know, bad event happening there. At least I still got an upgrade. I would have complained if this character had to take, you know, two aspect tokens of merit. That would have been unfortunate. That's something that I'm glad we've avoided here. All right, here is the next one. This is my mage. There was an unfortunate incident with this character where I did a key last week, but unfortunately the details damage meters got corrupted or something, and they aren't there anymore from that key. But I did really good damage. You have to trust me on that. We're going to see what we get out of the vault here. Hoping for a big weapon, I think, would be the thing we'd most like. Instead, we're going to find Lord Waycrest Signet. All right. I mean, again, this is not bad. This is upgrading a 447 unsocketed ring, so that's fine. We'll upgrade that one. Again, I got to enchant that at some point, but that'll be a thing for a future video, or rather something to do not in a video, because, I don't know, this thing's already, I guess these videos aren't that long. I've got them to a pretty quick pace, but I'm trying to avoid the 1-hour vault videos. I know there's people out there that clamor for the, you know, infinite length vault video content. You got me on some second monitor or something, and you're getting some good value out of this, but I'm trying to keep the fluff to content ratio at least at, like, not too embarrassing here. Okay. We've got my... Ooh, this is my shaman, which actually should have... Yeah, I've got my main stat gem in the mail that I can throw in my cool necklace that I got from last week's vault. This week's vault, so I can open as elemental or enhance. I actually kind of... I think I want to learn... I think I want to learn enhance this season. Everybody's saying enhance is so fun this season. Let's do it. Let's open as enhance. Hope to find a nice big weapon. That would be cool. All right, instead we're going to find bracers. Oh, socketed bracers. Okay, I mean, that's pretty good. That's a socket. I don't know if this is a spec that plays adaptives, but even if it is, I'm just not gonna for a while, I guess. Previously, I played the Wind Spirits set. I don't know if that thing is good still, but... Or anymore. I guess this was kind of already a rare combo last season, the Wind Spirits set. So, yeah, I don't know if that's still something that people will... That's, like, not bad. I need to look into it for both elemental and enhance, but I don't know. Yeah, I mean, bracers with a socket, can't complain. There is one character that I will complain about if I pick up bracers on. Let's go do that character now. So this is my Evoker. My Evoker has been offered 2 bracers out of 2 vaults so far, I believe. So we're really hoping to see something other than bracers, because both times I've turned it down because I know that I want adaptive on this character. I think it's like one of the only embellishments that I kind of want. So let's see if we can avoid that. Yeah, here's this character. Despite doing a key for the last several weeks, its gear really hasn't improved much because the vaults have been so dire. I do have 470 gloves waiting to make 2-piece, though, as soon as I can find those. So let's see what we've got. Time Thief's Gambit. Okay. I don't think this thing is very good for Og. Yeah, I think this thing... I know this is good for some specs. It triggers the paradox 2 minutes later. I mean, I'm gonna take this trinket. I don't want to take aspect tokens of merit for the, 6th week in a row or whatever, so we'll replace the chromatic essence with the Time Thief's Gambit. And you know what? Whether or not this thing's good for Og, if this thing is bad for Og, I'll play Devastation on this character. I don't care. I want to use some new items. I'm over it. I'm over taking aspect tokens of merit. All right, here's Dratnos' Sermon. This character isn't great. It's very much not great, but it's got 2-piece now. I think it's got Mythic 2-piece, and it's about to have Mythic 3-piece, or an Iridol would also be really cool, or a big trinket of some kind. Yeah, I've got Mythic 2-piece, Loot Spec Shadow. Could also replace my Raid Finder, Neltharian's Call to Suffering. That could also be cool. Could also replace my Adventurer Dragonflight Season 2 Bracers. Ooh, okay, all right, a weapon. It's not great that it's a one-hander instead of a staff, because, that basically is just extra value being left on the table. I'm gonna have to keep using this Iron Torch Igniter, but, can't complain. That's still a lot of upgrades to be in one slot there, so I don't know, happy enough with that. The character's all the way up to eye level 450 now. 450 with I think I have 2-piece. Yeah, I have 2-piece, and I don't have Azure Weave on anymore. I need to think about what my crafts are going to be on this character. I played Azure Weave last season on this thing. I don't know if that's still good for Shadow in keys. My Priest and my Shaman, I crafted these kind of wacky... Actually, I think my Mage as well. I crafted these, like, wacky Azure Weave or Wind Spirit stuff because they seemed like they'd be good for M+, even though they weren't good for Raid that season. I gotta check and see if that's still true. I suspect it's probably more true than it used to be because they nerfed Shadowflame since I made that choice, I think, so... and nothing else is good. I guess Lariats are good. Lariats kind of having a bit of a resurgence, so... Alright, here's my Rogue. My Rogue... actually not bad either. Hoping to see, I guess, a big weapon. Yeah, Loot Spec Outlaw, that should be fine. A big weapon, a big trinket of some kind, or tier. I don't know. Alright, unfortunately we see a helmet. Now this character's already been baited by accidentally taking a helmet when I already had Mythic Helmet, so this is the 3rd Mythic Helmet that this character is going to see in a Great Vault. But this time I'm going to correctly choose the Tokens of Merit over the helmet, which that's unfortunate. This character and my Evoker are both in the unfortunate situation of opening like 3 vaults with 10+ slots that would be upgrades and not seeing upgrades, which is, on the one hand it's unlucky. On the other hand, if I cared about this character, I at least could do more keys on it, and I kind of do like this character. I've been enjoying playing Outlaw. I was hoping to get some good gear so that playing it would be more enjoyable, and then I'd play it more, but I might just force the issue and just play it more regardless and just have a couple more painful keys along the way. I'm getting close to my craft, I guess. A couple keys away from that, so... Yeah, I don't know. I mean, disappointing. It's an unfortunate vault for sure, but we press on, we persevere. At some point, we'll get the good stuff. How's my score looking? Pretty bad. Pretty far away from getting my 4-piece that way. Anyways, those are the vaults this week. Some pretty good items. We got some pretty cool avoidance pieces that are kind of nice. My main somehow actually got like the biggest upgrade out of anybody, I guess. Well, I guess the avoidance branch was pretty good. That was a pretty nice upgrade. But yeah, the Cataclysmic Signet brand on the Death Knight, that character was not very likely to find an upgrade in that vault. That was like basically the best possible item that could have showed up there, besides there being something with a tertiary. So, can't complain too much. Can complain a little bit. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope your vaults were as good or better than mine. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.